All right, so today we're diving deep into Decluttr.
Sounds good.
That platform that promises to turn like all our dusty old tech and media into like actual money.
Yeah.
And I've got some excerpts here from 1000 Ways to Hustle, specifically the section on Decluttr.
Cool.
And I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about maybe trying this out as a side hustle.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've got boxes of old stuff just sitting around. And the thought of someone like taking it and then paying me for it,
Yeah.
that's super appealing.
It's very tempting.
But I want to make sure I like understand how it works, the good, the bad. Any tips or tricks before I just dive right in?
Right. Yeah. You want to be prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So starting with the basics, what exactly is Decluttr?
So Decluttr is a direct buyer.
Okay.
And that's a key difference because it's not a marketplace.
Gotcha.
So instead of like listing your items and waiting,
Yeah.
they just buy your stuff outright.
Oh, wow.
So think of it like a digital pawn shop for your tech,
Okay.
your media, and even your Legos.
Okay, so that's already sounding a lot less like a hassle than dealing with like
Right.
eBay
Way less.
or Facebook Marketplace.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So Decluttr streamlines everything.
Okay.
They buy low, often in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
Then they refurbish it, if it needs refurbishing,
Okay.
and resell it for a profit.
So they're basically taking on all the risk and all the work of finding the buyers.
Exactly.
But that also means they're probably not paying top dollar.
That's the trade-off.
Okay.
You're going to get convenience,
Right.
but you might sacrifice a bit of profit,
Okay, that makes sense.
but you can still make good money, especially if you know what you're doing.
All right. I like this.
Yeah.
So how does it work? How does this whole process work?
So you can use their website
Okay.
or their app,
Mm-hmm.
and you start by either entering a barcode for media items
Okay.
or selecting the make and model for tech.
Okay.
And then their algorithm will give you a price quote right away.
Oh, that's nice.
So you know immediately if it's worth your time.
Yeah.
There's no waiting.
Yeah, no, like wondering if you're pricing too high or too low.
Exactly.
Hey, I like that.
So if you like the offer,
Yeah.
you accept it, they'll send you a prepaid shipping label,
Okay.
pack everything up, drop it off at like a UPS, and they'll take it from there.
Free shipping.
Free shipping.
I'm liking this more and more.
It's convenient,
Okay.
but here's where it gets a little tricky.
Okay.
So when Decluttr receives your items,
Yeah.
they inspect them
Okay.
to make sure they match the condition that you set
How?
and that they meet their quality standards.
So this is where being honest about the condition really matters?
It matters a lot.
Okay.
They have really strict guidelines,
Gotcha.
and if something isn't quite right, they might reject it.
And I'm guessing you probably have to pay to ship it back.
Might?
Okay, so being honest is important.
Very important.
Okay, so let's say it all goes well. How do you actually get paid?
They typically offer like PayPal, direct deposit, or even a check.
Okay.
And they usually process the payment like the day after your items are inspected.
Oh, wow. That's fast.
Yeah.
So we've got speed, convenience, free shipping.
It's looking good.
It is looking good, but I know there has to be a downside.
There is.
Okay.
There always is, right?
Right.
You will generally get less money
Okay.
than if you sold it on eBay or Facebook Marketplace yourself.
Right. So they're taking their cut.
Exactly. They got to make money too.
Okay. So it sounds like Decluttr is all about convenience and speed
Yeah.
over like the biggest profit per item.
I would say so.
Okay.
But remember, volume is key. If you've got a lot of stuff
Yeah.
and you just don't want to deal with all the hassle,
Yeah.
those smaller profits add up quickly.
Okay. I'm starting to see the bigger picture here,
Okay.
but I'm still curious about like the specifics.
Okay.
What are some actual tips for making money with Decluttr?
Well, first, look around your house.
Okay.
What tech are you not using?
Yeah. I'm already thinking about that box of DVDs.
There you go.
Yeah.
And don't forget about friends and family.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
They probably have stuff they want to get rid of too.
Right?
You could even offer to help them declutter.
Ooh, in exchange for the goods.
There you go.
Okay, so I've decluttered my own house. I've hit up all my friends and family. Where else could I look?
Thrift stores,
Okay.
especially their electronics and media sections.
Okay.
You can find some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Just make sure the condition is good
Mm-hmm.
and the price is low enough so you can still make some money
Okay.
after Decluttr takes their cut.
Right.
And then garage sales,
Okay.
flea markets.
Mm.
You can usually haggle prices there.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're feeling adventurous, you could try eBay.
Oh, yeah.
But that adds another layer of risk.
Right. You really got to know what you're doing.
You do.
Okay. So many options.
So many options.
It's like a treasure hunt
It is.
for unwanted stuff. Okay, so let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Not all items are created equal
Oh, no.
in the eyes of Decluttr.
No.
So what should I be focusing on?
You want to focus on high-value items,
Okay.
newer tech, things in good condition.
Okay.
Those tend to get the best prices.
Makes sense. Like older stuff is probably not worth as much.
Yeah, especially if it's been sitting in a box for years.
Right, exactly.
Like old CDs and DVDs, you're probably only going to get pennies for those.
Unless you've got like a ton of them.
Unless you get a crazy good deal.
Right.
But textbooks,
Okay.
especially like current editions,
Mhm.
those can be surprisingly profitable.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about textbooks.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
Okay, so we've talked about what to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about actually selling it.
Okay.
How can I make sure Decluttr accepts my items?
You have to understand their condition guidelines.
Oh.
And remember, they're strict.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get hit with those rejections.
Yeah, and I have to pay to ship it back.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
So for tech, make sure it powers on.
Okay.
The screen is good, no damage to the body.
Okay.
And for phones and tablets, super important, they have to be unlocked.
Oh, right. Yeah, all locked phone is basically useless.
It is.
Okay, so factory reset is essential.
Essential.
Gotcha.
And for media, check for scratches.
Okay.
Make sure the cases are good, things like that.
Okay.
For books, no torn pages,
Yep.
water damage,
Ouch.
stuff like that.
So put yourself in the buyer's shoes.
Yeah.
Would you pay for this?
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you're not sure, grade it down a notch.
Okay. Better to be safe than sorry.
It is.
Okay. I think I've got a good handle on all that.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything else I can do
Okay.
to really, like, take my Decluttr game to the next level?
Here's where it gets interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
Decluttr uses a dynamic pricing algorithm.
What does that mean?
So the offer that you get,
Yeah.
it can change
What?
based on a bunch of factors.
Well, okay, spill the tea. What are these factors?
Okay, demand.
Okay.
If a lot of people are selling that same item,
Yeah.
the price might go down.
Oh.
But if they're low on inventory,
Mhm.
they might be willing to pay more.
Okay, so there's like a strategy to this.
Yeah, it's not just sending stuff in.
Right.
It's a little more complex.
Right.
So here's a pro tip.
Okay, hit me.
Check valuations at different times.
No.
Like different times of day or different days of the week.
Gotcha.
You might be surprised.
Okay, so you're saying there might be optimal times to sell?
Yeah, we've noticed some patterns.
Mhm.
Like tech items, they sometimes get higher prices on Tuesdays.
Huh, interesting.
Maybe they're low on inventory after the weekend.
Right.
It's not an exact science, but pay attention.
Okay, I will.
It could give you an edge.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
What happens if Decluttr rejects an item?
First, don't panic.
Okay.
They should give you a reason.
Okay.
Read it carefully.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think it's unfair, you can contact their support team.
Oh, okay.
You can try to appeal,
Oh,
but
yeah.
be realistic.
Yeah.
If you weren't honest about the condition,
Right.
they're not going to change their mind.
Okay.
But if you think they made a mistake, it's worth reaching out.
Okay, so you're saying there's a chance.
And there's a chance.
Okay, good to know. And what if the rejection stands, what are my options?
You could try selling it somewhere else,
Okay.
like eBay or Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're feeling generous, donate it.
Okay.
Just remember.
Yeah.
You might have to pay for return shipping.
Okay, good point. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, we've covered a lot.
We have.
I feel like I have a much better understanding of Decluttr now.
Good.
How it works, the good, the bad, some strategies. But this is a deep dive.
It is.
I'm guessing there's more to uncover.
There's always more.
Okay.
In part 2, we'll talk about the hustle aspect.
Ooh.
Like how to really scale things up,
Right,
make it efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll even touch on taxes.
Oh, yeah, because even side hustles have taxes.
They do.
Okay, so stick around, everybody, for part 2 of our Decluttr deep dive.
It'd be good.
We're going to take things to the next level.
We are.
All right, welcome back to our Decluttr deep dive.
Part 2.
In part 1, we went over the basics.
Right. Yeah.
What Decluttr is, how it works,
Yep.
and some initial strategies for making a little bit of money.
Exactly.
Now, let's get into the hustle aspect of it.
The real nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How do we make this like a real side hustle?
Yeah. How do we take it to the next level?
Yeah, what does that even look like?
So you really got to streamline everything.
Yeah.
The sourcing, the valuing, the packing, the shipping.
Okay.
You got to be efficient.
No, where should we start?
Okay. Reassess your sourcing.
Okay.
We talked about thrift stores, garage sales, even online marketplaces.
Yeah.
Are you making the most of those?
Okay.
Remember, Decluttr thrives on volume.
Okay.
Can you get items in larger quantities?
Yeah.
Maybe partner with someone, split the cost.
Ooh, like form a decluttering alliance.
There you go.
Hit the garage sales early.
Exactly. Get the best deals.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
So once we've got a steady stream of inventory coming in,
Mm-hmm.
it's all about having a smooth process.
Right. You don't want to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, because it could start to feel like a second job.
It could, and not a fun one.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need a dedicated workspace.
Okay.
Even if it's just like a corner of your desk
Mm-hmm.
or a table in the garage.
Okay.
Just somewhere to stay organized.
So like my own little mini fulfillment center.
Exactly.
Okay.
And think about your tools. Do you have a good label printer?
Okay.
A reliable scale?
Okay.
Good boxes and packing materials?
Yeah. These things matter.
They matter a lot.
Okay.
And then batch processing.
What's batch processing?
So instead of valuing and packing each item individually,
Okay.
group similar items together,
Mm-hmm.
scan all the barcodes at once,
Okay.
print a batch of labels. It's way more efficient.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about if it gets to be too much?
Yeah.
Like, when do you need to think about hiring help?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
If Decluttr is taking over your life
right.
and you're always behind,
Mm-hmm.
it might be time to delegate.
Okay.
What takes up the most time?
Yeah.
What do you not like doing?
Okay.
Maybe hire someone for sourcing, cleaning, prepping,
Okay.
or maybe you need a virtual assistant
Okay.
to manage your inventory and finances.
So you could have a whole team.
You could.
Wow.
It's a business.
It is. Okay.
And even if you're not ready for a team,
Yeah.
there are tools to help you automate.
Ooh, like what?
A barcode scanner is a lifesaver.
Okay.
Speeds up valuation.
Mm.
Good label printer.
Okay.
Saves time on shipping.
Mm-hmm.
There's even software to manage inventory and track expenses.
Okay. So much to think about.
So much.
But before we go any further,
Yeah.
we need to talk about taxes.
The dreaded taxes.
Yeah, it's part of it.
I know it can be a scary topic for some people,
Yeah,
but we got to talk about it.
we do.
So what do people need to know about taxes when selling on Decluttr?
Remember, you're an independent contractor.
Right.
You report all your income
Mm-hmm.
and pay self-employment taxes.
So no one's withholding anything for me.
That's right. You're on your own.
Okay.
And Decluttr might send you a 1099
Okay.
if you earn over a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you don't get one,
Yeah.
you still have to report the income.
No hiding from the tax man.
Nope.
Okay, what about expenses?
You can deduct those.
Yeah.
Cost of items, shipping supplies, even mileage.
Okay.
If you have a dedicated workspace,
Yeah.
you might get a home office deduction.
Okay, so keep track of everything.
Everything, every receipt, every mile,
Okay.
you'll need it.
Okay, so that spreadsheet we talked about earlier
Yeah.
had an expense column.
Exactly.
Okay,
Good record keeping is key.
got it.
And remember, you'll probably need to make estimated tax payments. Okay, this is a little overwhelming.
Don't worry.
Okay.
The IRS website has tons of info,
Okay,
and you can always talk to a tax professional.
good to know.
Yeah,
Okay, so we've covered scaling, efficiency, taxes.
we have.
What else do we need to know about leveling up our Decluttr game?
Remember Decluttr's dynamic pricing algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
There's more to it.
Ooh, okay, tell me more.
Competitor pricing matters.
Okay.
If similar items are selling for more on other platforms,
Yeah.
Decluttr might adjust their offers.
So do your research.
Exactly. Know what things are going for.
Okay.
And there's even some thought that seasonality might play a role.
What do you mean?
Certain items might be in higher demand at certain times of year,
Okay.
so their valuations might fluctuate.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something to keep an eye on.
Okay, so it's not just a straightforward formula.
No, there's some intuition involved.
Okay.
The more you use Decluttr, the more you'll see the patterns.
Okay, so experience is the best teacher.
It really is.
Mm.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Try different pricing, different items.
Okay.
See what works.
Okay, but going back to something we talked about in part 1,
Okay.
being honest about the condition of your items.
Yeah, that's super important.
It seems even more important now that we're scaling up.
Oh yeah, honesty and transparency are key.
Okay.
Don't try to get away with anything.
Right.
They will catch it.
Yeah.
And you could get rejected, pay for return shipping, and hurt your reputation.
So no shady tactics.
No,
Be upfront and honest.
exactly.
Okay.
Disclose any defects.
Okay.
It's better to get a lower offer
Yeah.
than to mislead the buyer.
Right. And risk bad feedback.
Exactly. Or even getting banned.
So build a good reputation.
Yep.
Create a positive experience.
For everyone.
Okay.
It's about ethical behavior,
Yeah.
especially in online reselling.
All right. I think we've covered everything on the Decluttr front.
I think so.
at least for now.
Yeah.
From sourcing and processing to scaling and taxes.
Deep dive.
Yeah, but I feel like there's one more piece of the puzzle.
You're thinking about branching out, using other platforms.
Yeah, declutter's great, but sometimes you need other options to really maximize profit.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll talk about in part 3.
Ooh, okay.
We'll explore using Decluttr alongside other platforms.
Okay, like what?
Like eBay,
Okay.
Facebook Marketplace,
Okay.
and even some niche marketplaces.
I'm excited.
It's going to be good.
Okay, so stick around for part 3 of our Decluttr deep dive.
It's the final part.
We're going to wrap things up and give you all the tools you need
We are.
to build a successful reselling business.
Absolutely.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our Decluttr deep dive.
Yeah, part 3.
We've covered so much already. Sourcing, processing, scaling, even taxes.
Right, the whole 9 yards.
But like we mentioned in part 2, declutter isn't always the best way to sell everything.
It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Ex-
Sometimes you got to think outside the box. Or the barcode scanner.
Right, if you really want to maximize your profit.
That's where the art of reselling comes in.
Okay, so let's talk about those other options.
Yeah.
What are some platforms we should be considering alongside Decluttr?
Well, first up, the OG, eBay.
eBay, the classic.
Still a powerhouse
Okay.
for selling just about anything,
Okay.
especially things that might be collectible, vintage, niche.
Yeah, things that might not get you top dollar on Decluttr,
Exactly.
but could find a passionate buyer on eBay.
Passionate and willing to pay.
Right, because on eBay, you've got a much wider audience.
Way wider.
Okay. And more control over pricing.
You set the price.
Okay.
You run auctions. You do buy it now.
So you can really maximize your profit if you put in the effort.
You got to work for it.
Right, like good photos,
Oh, yeah.
good description.
Got to make it look good.
Right, eBay's for those who are willing to put in the work. But also, eBay's the place to be if Decluttr just doesn't accept your stuff.
Right.
Like, what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Think vintage clothing,
Okay.
antique furniture, rare books,
Okay.
handmade crafts,
Gotcha.
even car parts, sporting goods.
Okay, basically anything that's not tech, media, books, or Lego.
Exactly. If it's unique, collectible, eBay's your best bet.
Okay, so eBay is great for maximizing profit and selling those unique items.
It is.
But it's not the only alternative to Decluttr.
Yep.
So what else is out there?
You got Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
Super popular for local sales.
I love that. No shipping.
No shipping.
You just meet up.
Just meet up.
Oh, it's great for larger items.
Yeah, too big to ship.
Right, or things you just want to sell quickly.
Fast and easy.
Okay, and you get to connect with people in your community.
Yeah, you might even get repeat customers.
That's awesome.
It is.
Okay, so we've talked about eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Those are great for general reselling. But what about more specialized platforms?
If you've got specific types of items,
Yeah.
there are platforms just for that.
Okay, like what?
So if you're into fashion,
Okay.
Poshmark and Mercari are awesome.
For clothes?
Clothing, accessories,
I've heard good things, especially for designer stuff.
yeah, or vintage pieces.
Right, they've got a big audience of fashion people.
Huge audience.
Okay, what about for music lovers?
If you're selling vinyl,
Uh,
CDs, cassettes, even Discogs is a place to be.
Discogs, that's the one with the huge database, right?
It's like a Wikipedia for music collectors.
That's so cool.
And they have a marketplace.
Okay, so if I've got a bunch of rare vinyl or first edition CDs,
Discogs.
okay,
And then there's OfferUp,
okay,
Let Go, similar to Facebook Marketplace, but wider reach.
okay. So more options for local selling.
Exactly.
And we can't forget about Craigslist.
Craigslist is still around,
Okay.
good for certain things,
Okay.
especially local stuff.
So many choices.
It's a lot.
How do you even decide which one to use?
You got to understand the strengths and weaknesses of each platform
Okay.
and match those to the item you're selling.
Okay, give me like a framework.
Okay, think about value.
Okay.
If it's high value, like a rare collectible
Yeah.
or designer clothing, go with eBay or Poshmark.
Oh, okay.
You'll reach more people,
Yeah.
potentially get a higher price.
Don't want to undersell.
No way.
But for lower value stuff,
Yeah.
especially if you have a lot, Decluttr might be better.
Even if the payout is lower,
Right, because it's so easy.
it's fast and easy.
Okay, so value is key.
Very key.
What else?
Time commitment.
Okay.
eBay and Poshmark take more work.
Yeah.
You got to create listings,
Right.
take
Yeah.
photos, write descriptions,
Yeah.
talk to buyers.
And there's shipping.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget shipping.
Decluttr handles that for you.
They do?
So if I'm short on time
Yep.
or I just want things simple, Decluttr's the way to go.
It might be.
Okay.
But if you're willing to put in the effort,
Yeah.
eBay can be very rewarding.
Okay, so value, time commitment, anything else?
Target audience.
Oh, yeah. Who are you trying to reach?
Exactly.
Different platforms, different audiences.
And not everyone's looking for the same things.
Right.
If you're selling a vintage record player, you're going to want to be on eBay or Discogs.
Right, where the music lovers are.
Yeah.
And if you're selling baby clothes,
Yeah.
maybe Facebook Marketplace or a local shop.
Local is key for that.
Right. It's all about finding the right platform for the right audience.
That's the key.
Okay, so value, time, audience, anything else?
Don't forget about fees.
Oh, yeah. Fees?
Got to factor those in.
They can really eat into your profits.
Big time.
Okay.
So do your research.
Yeah.
Understand the fees before you list.
Okay, so what you're saying is there's no one right answer.
It depends.
Okay.
You got to be strategic.
Right. Use the right tool for the job.
That's the skill. Reselling is about adapting, learning, refining.
It's a whole business.
It is a business.
Okay. I'm starting to see the bigger picture now.
Okay.
It's not just about getting rid of stuff.
It's about strategy.
Okay.
It's about building something sustainable.
Yeah.
Understanding the market.
Okay.
Making smart decisions.
This has been so insightful.
Glad you enjoyed it.
So as we wrap up this whole Decluttr deep dive,
Yeah.
what's the final takeaway?
Declutter's awesome.
Okay.
Especially if you like speed, convenience, simplicity. But it's not the only option.
Right. It's one piece of the puzzle.
One piece.
Okay.
Diversify, learn about other platforms, understand the marketplaces. You can unlock the full potential of reselling.
And build a successful side hustle.
That's the goal.
It's about finding the right balance for you.
It is.
Okay.
And remember, the most valuable items
Yeah.
might not be the ones with the biggest price tags.
Right. Sometimes it's about simplifying your life.
Absolutely.
Getting rid of stuff. Turning those things into opportunities.
Yeah.
For growth and freedom.
Well said.
Thank you for joining us for this Decluttr deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you learned some valuable insights and feel inspired to start your own reselling journey.
Go get 'em.
Until next time, keep diving deep.